Make sure to subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and also follow us on Instagram so you always have the support that you need to really enhance your account and get yourself to the next level. Also, if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can save a lot of money when you make in-game purchases in The Legend of Mushroom by getting some amazing cashbacks each time you purchase anything. Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. This is going to be a short video on how you should be spending your gems. And I made another video earlier about a bunch of places where you can get gems for free every single day. A few tedious things, but you know what? The gems do add up. So it's definitely worth the time investment. So the list of places where you should be spending your gems has changed for me over the time I've played this game. And I remember that I made a video on this before, but I did talk about using 15,000 gems to get 10 attempts in any of these events. And in my earlier video, I did mention that, you know what, it's not worth it because the chances of you getting one of those prizes are very low, but you'll just use 15,000 gems in the process. And over time, that opinion has changed, primarily because now I do end up spending to get some of those event items. And I feel like, you know what, if I can save real money by spending gems, might as well do that. So now I always buy those 10 attempts for 15,000 gems because they are saving me real money, which I won't have to spend if I actually get 10 attempts from there. So if you're like me and you do like purchasing some of those items in the events, might as well give yourself a shot at getting it without having to spend some money to get them. The second place that I think is useful to spend your gems at is actually in the Manor Shop getting fertilizers. Now you can see that it's showing 130 gems for 5. That's because I already purchased 2 of them earlier. And fun fact is that I was actually recording for this video back then as well. But after the whole recording ended, I think I had like 15 to 20 minutes of recording, I got an error saying my iPhone storage is full. So this is my second time recording the same video. So everything I'm saying right now is actually a repeat of what I said earlier as well. Anyway, the first 2 are actually much cheaper. I always try to get those fertilizers. And then the advanced seeds, you know what? If you are like me and you have 2,214 already stocked up and you're lazy and you're not spending them, perhaps you don't need to get those seeds, but it's cheap, so you can get 2 at a fairly low price. When it comes to the fertilizer, regardless if you're lazy or not, I have 1,365 premium seeds, and eventually I want to be able to use them to max out one of those fruit rushes. And how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to have a bunch of fertilizers saved up and I'm going to harvest a lot of premium seeds. So fertilizers definitely needed regardless of your strategy or how lazy you are. When it comes to the advanced seeds, you can use your judgment. It depends on how consistent you are at planting seeds. And finally, the best place to spend gems, and this is actually where most of your gems are going to go, is buying clock winders. And you can see that I cannot even afford one batch of 1,000. That's because, as I mentioned before, I had already recorded myself buying a lot of them and used them in my mount and actually got it to the next star level. But anyhow, that video is no longer available, so I'll have to just show you that this is an amazing place to get it. And you know what? You can get your mount to a nice star level, and you can see after I spent 6,270 more clock winders, I'll get it to tier 9, and look at the major jump in stats that I'm getting through that. So the best way to boost your stats using gems is through mount upgrades using clock winders. It's also important to note that clock winders can be gotten through events as well, but the price you pay to get them through events is actually not that good. You'd rather invest that in getting hammers because you get like 500 or 1,000 hammers at a very similar price to how much you'd be spending to get like 50 to 100 clock winders. It's actually that big of a difference. I don't remember the exact ratio, but you know what? In events, if you have those extra points that you don't know where to use them in hammers. Clock winders, you want to be using gems. That's the best way to get them. That's the most efficient way to get them. And of course, if you are following the steps I mentioned in the other video, you will end up getting a bunch of gems that you can use for clock winders. And of course, since you're only going to be using them during the Mount Rush event, you get a bunch of gems back and you get 8,000 hammers as well. And if you're lucky and you can rank high enough, you'll even get the Skyrider passes to get yourself a few extra copies of one of those mounts that's available in the Rush shop. Alright, so that's what I had for this video. Before you go, I want you to know that you can save a lot of money in the Legend of Mushroom by following the video that I'm linking to the description of this video, or clicking that button that's going to appear at the top of the screen that'll take you to that video. Anytime you make any in-game purchase, you get a portion of that back as credits, which you can then use to make additional purchases. So starting the point where you actually get onto this, you can start saving a lot of money. And by the way, as you continue spending more and more, your percentage bonus increases. So the earlier you get onboarded, the earlier you're going to reach the higher thresholds of savings and then save even more every single time you make a purchase. In other words, you'll be spending a fraction of what other people are spending, or you'll be getting much stronger than other people while spending the exact same amount as them. Alright, so hopefully this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.